if we go back to 21, or we even go back to 2020, I always use this Jay-Z quote. I came in the game 100 grand strong, not to be exact, from grinding G-Packs. So I came in the game. I moved from New York to Los Angeles with a Ari and two movies that I produced. One I spent 50,000, one I spent 25,000. So we 75,000 plus a $25,000 Ari. That's why I always say I came in the game 100 grand strong to LA. Now I did 25,000 in 2020 on a mirror cash, and then I already had the two movies. They both premiered in 2020, like 2021. They both premiered. The movie that I spent 50 on, and that's Outgrown, as well as Varnell. I spent 25 on that, and people started to ask me to rent my cameras, and I started to become, knowledgeable about the rental business. I didn't know about the rental business in New York. I rented cameras in New York, but I didn't know about the rental business. So when I came to LA, I started renting cameras from all these people. I was like, man, on some shoots, they would be making more money than I was. And I would be running around, hitting licks, doing this for the producer, doing that for the producer, doing stuff as a DP. And I was just like, the rental house making more money than me. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that. Like, how much did each thing cost? Like, honestly, like when you started to break down things.
Okay, for example, the camera cost $26,000. The monitor on the camera cost $4,000, $3,000 to $4,000. A tear deck receiver and transmitter cost $4,000. Man, funny story.
How much did lenses cost?
Lenses is gonna be $10,000 and up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I bought my first lenses I bought, which was cash. It was a 30 to 90. It was $10,000. Funny story. When I first moved to LA, I didn't have a car, so I bought a car like my third day here. I bought a car my third day here, and it cost $10,000, and I financed it. So when it was time to go buy a tripod, I bought the 1040 O'Connor. It was $10,000, but I had to pay cash for it, and I was just like, man, bro, this tripod, this piece of metal, costs just as much as my whole entire car. And it was just so crazy to go into this new industry where this shit is so high, bro. This shit is so expensive, man. Like, what? A tripod costs 10 grand? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was tripping. Like, just real naive to the industry. So, like I said, the first lens cost $10,000, and I got that on a deal. That's Facebook Marketplace, so that was used. $10,000. But now, I mean, I done bought a set of lenses for $60,000. Zeiss Super Speeds, they cost 60 bands. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it ever only increases. You know what I mean? But it is a means to the ends for me, because I'm not trying to be the biggest rental house in LA. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to support my clients, build community. And the number one priority that I have is to make content. You know what I mean? Once I get rid of this, so, with the $90,000 loan that I'm shrinking to $13,000, that was an Ari Alexa and a lot of accessories. You know what I'm saying?
Let's break that down. You said you paid $90,000. Like, you got a $90,000 loan?
I got two $45,000 loans.
Okay.
Two in 2021. On top of that,
So what would you use the 90 for?
So, but it's crazy. Well, I gotta tell this story, because I be talking to my accountant sometimes. We be talking game, and we be just going over the money I spent. And in 2021, in the span of 2 months, I spent the 45 woo wop. I spent the 65 woo wop. So the 45 woo wop was for the camera. I spent the 65 woo wop for my Tesla Sport. Spent another 23 woo wop for this van that I'm sitting in right now. That's my commercial van. What else I spent? I can't remember. But like in the span of like 30 days, I spent all that. Like I financed all that, with the down payments, you know. And the other 45 came a little bit later, maybe later that year. I spent another 45 to get more equipment. So that's accessories. So you want to break down what I spent the 90,000 on. So it was a camera, and let's just say it was Teradeks. It was Cine 7 monitors, the director monitors. It was another tripod, because at the time I had 3 cameras. I got 2 now. But I had to get another tripod because, you got 3 cameras in one tripod, you out of luck. You need more support. So I had to buy more support. It's honestly support for your camera operations, because when you trying to be a camera rental house, you gotta have the equipment, man. Like, you can't just be subbing everything. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna cut into your profit margins heavy. So you gotta have the equipment. So I had to go get the equipment. So I had to get the Teradek, the Cine 7s, the monitor, the 703s, the 503s.
You basically had to become the production studio.
I had to get the tripods. I had to get the small HD Cine 18s. That's 70 grand. That's $7,000 a monitor for an 18-inch. You know what I'm saying? I had to get the director monitors. I had to get the follow focus. Not only the nucleus tilter, but I had to get the WCU4 with 2 motors. You know what I'm saying? Like, this WCU4 costs $10,000. You get 2 motors, man, it can get up there. You know what I mean? So, look.
You basically spending somebody's house on some camera equipment.
I think about that all the time, boy. Where I'm from, I just Googled it. Me and my homie that I work with, he's from Mississippi, small town. And, we small towns. And, man, yeah, you could buy a house for, like, what we've spent on camera gear. But the way that I get solace in that situation, I'll be like, there's no house that'll pay me the monthly revenue that I get from the camera gear that I purchased. So the hell with that house or experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've worked with so many amazing people that I've never thought I'd be able to work with. You know what I mean? I'm just a country boy from Mississippi, Moss Point to be exact. And I had the honor to work with the names of Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Nas, Irv Gotti, Ja Rule. Let's even take it to a corporate level. Ray Dalio, Tyler Perry, Lloyd Blankenfein, Sarah Blakely, Tory Burch. So it's like, you can't put a price on experiences. These are things you can't take away from me. Traveling all over the world, interviewing and sharing time with these amazing entrepreneurs and creatives. So that's something that I really appreciate. That's what I would say. I really appreciate that I had these experiences with these people. And I still do. To this day, I still have experiences. It's not gone anywhere. So,
talking about experiences, don't you got a new movie you was a part of coming up soon?
2 of them. Today, actually, the Memo, I got an opportunity to work with Kyla Pratt. Mississippi boy, working with Kyla Pratt. How amazing is that? So, I DP'd a movie with Kyla Pratt, is starring Felicia Butterfield, executive producer, Nakia Stevens, Dan Rack Originals, the writer and production company, amazing people. And I got an opportunity to not only DP it, but I provided all the camera equipment as well. You know what I mean? So when we show up on production sets, we get 2 checks. So not only that, but Bid for Love, we premiered that movie about 3 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago, and we was at the premiere in Dallas, Texas, and that was a major movie too. Big premiere, amazing premiere. So, like I said, this movie thing, you know what I mean, is amazing. But what I'm focused on now, when I pay this 13,000 off, I came from 90. Now we at 13,000 on these two loans with this one company. I'm at 13,000. I'm like every day I'm looking for a play to pay it off. I'm going to focus on how to leverage my intellectual property. So this is about creating my own content. And these come from,
what do you mean by that? Like
what
break it down for me.
What I mean by that is going back to my New York roots. When I was in New York, I was making my own movies. I was producing my own movies. I was paying for everything. I was owning my own content, distributing wherever they might be. And that's where we at now. You know what I mean? Like somebody who I'm inspired by. Number one is Tyler Perry. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of intellectual property.
Understood.
Number two is this content creator named Darman. Like I really be studying Darman because Darman is a hustler to me. He had a lot of different businesses, and then he started to create content, and it grew up. And he got 26 million subscribers, and he was labeled number 2 highest revenue content creator behind number 1, who was Mr. Beast, who we all know reigns supreme over everybody. On Forbes, absolutely. He was listed as number 2 most highest earning content creator underneath Mr. Beast.
Shout out Darman.
Mr. Beast. Shout out to Darman in LA as well.
Shout out Darman.
So look, Mr. Beast. Let me break down some metrics for you to show you how much game and money is in his industry. Mr. Beast got 410 million subscribers. Darman got 26 million subscribers, and he's number 2. And not by large margins with the earnings that they reported. Now, if Forbes wrong, I'm looking at the earnings that Forbes reported. If they wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at, but the earnings, the margins wasn't that drastic. It wasn't. The subscriber list is drastic. 410, Mr. Beast. Darman, 26 million. But the earnings wasn't that drastic. What is Darman doing? I know what Darman doing. He's creating narrative stories. He's creating life examples and life discovery of knowledge. That's what his stories be about. And the way I found out about him, I followed his Instagram, who report Hollywood news. And they talk about, like, these are things that's going on in Hollywood. And they talked about these content creators that's renting out major studios in Burbank. And Darman was one of the creators that's listed as rented out one of the major studios in Burbank. And he's like producing and presenting 2 to 3 movies a week. So this is Sam Shotted Studios trajectory. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna
versus Sam Shotted Rentals.
Man, studios.
We upgrade.
We're gonna be studios. We're about to be creating content. That's the new game. You know what I'm saying? No, it ain't the new game, but that's my game. I like I said, like I came in the game with 2 movies to LA. Outgrown of Varnell that I produced. We getting back to that. So ultimately, that's the goal. You know what I mean? When I pay this $13,000 off of debt for my cameras, we're gonna be debt free with 2 Alexas and amazing lenses and amazing camera accessories, and we just gonna start producing hella movies and hella content. This is gonna be Sam Shotted Studios. So this is the Sam Shotted 2.0. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And I appreciate y'all supporting in every kind of way. And not only that, I thank y'all for y'all support in every kind of way. And I appreciate y'all because I couldn't have got here by myself. It's every client who supported me. It's every person who's gave me advice and mentorship and just uplifted me when I maybe was down, you know what I mean, dealing with this heavy burden of debt that I had to inquire to even get to this point, to own all this equipment. You know what I mean? It's hard, you know what I mean? Like I remember, you know, for a whole year I had a $20,000 overhead, $20,000 a month overhead. So imagine spending $240,000 in overhead just on bills. Come on. That ain't the, I mean,
Shit,
if you got it,
it's only up from here now, because
you know what I'm saying?
you done already beat the most of the battle.
You're right. Like I already beat the most of the battle. It's getting better. It's getting
You
better.
had that final piece of the triangle right there, man.
It's definitely getting better. So, yeah. So thank you. You know
I appreciate you talking to me about this, man. Like,
and I need
shed some light on things.
I need the continual support. Thank you for the people who support me, and just to let you know, it's about to be Sam Shot It Studio 2.0. Let's go.